In business, it's so easy to get laser focused on what we can build internally. But what if the real key to massive growth is actually outside your company? Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and honestly, most overlooked drivers of success, strategic partnerships. It's all about finding the right allies to help you go further and way, way faster. So let's just start with a question that kind of flips the script. What if the next big thing for your business, your next breakthrough, isn't going to come from inside your own four walls? It's a huge idea, right? The thought that collaboration, not just grinding it out on your own, could be your ultimate secret weapon. And that idea leads us right into our first big section, why you even need allies to begin with. Because look, before you can even think about finding the right partner, you have to be absolutely crystal clear on what you're trying to accomplish. And here it is, the foundational rule. Every single great partnership starts with a clear why. This isn't about partnering up just for the sake of it. It's about doing some real homework on your own business first. You've got to ask those tough questions. Where are we weak? Where are our biggest opportunities? And what specific goals can a partner help us hit that we just can't reach by ourselves? And usually those goals, that why, falls into a few key buckets. Maybe you're looking to slash operational costs by sharing resources. Or maybe it's about blasting into a new market by tapping into another company's customers. Perhaps you desperately need some specialized tech you can't build, or you just want to make your supply chain run smoother. Nailing down your specific why is absolutely step one. Okay, so once you've defined your why, it's time to figure out the who. And that brings us right to our second section, choosing the right teammates and basically assembling your strategic dream team. So what exactly is a strategic partner? Well, let me tell you, it's a whole lot more than just a vendor. A strategic partner is an outside company whose help is absolutely critical to making your business model work. Their success and your success are basically tied together at the hip. Now, these critical allies generally fall into four main categories. First up, you got your suppliers, the folks who provide the essential stuff you need. Then there are distributors who are all about getting your product in front of more eyeballs. You might also lean on tech partners for that crucial piece of software your whole service depends on. And of course, there are marketing partners who help you shout your message from the rooftops. And these relationships, they can look pretty different depending on what you're trying to do. A joint venture, for instance, is a super deep collaboration where you literally create a new business together. A licensing agreement lets you use someone else's cool tech or brand. Co-marketing is pretty straightforward. You team up on a campaign. And a channel partnership is just a more formal deal with your distributors. The structure you pick all comes back to the... Okay, so you know why you need a partner and who they might be. But what makes a partnership actually tick? That brings us to the rules of engagement. And it's all about one thing, the value exchange. See, at the heart of any partnership that actually lasts is balance. It has to be a two-way street. There's always a give and a get. For example, you might give them access to your amazing product, and in return, you get access to their giant customer base. Or you could offer up your unique expertise, and they help you lower costs. The bottom line is, both sides have to walk away feeling like they got a great deal. And it's not just about sharing all the good stuff. A true, solid partnership is also about sharing the burdens. Because things will go wrong, they always do, and when challenges pop up, both of you need to be all in on finding a solution. That shared responsibility is what separates a simple transaction from a real strategic alliance. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but you've got to have a way to track your progress. So let's talk about keeping score and how you know if your partnership is actually winning the game. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. You've done all this work to set up an alliance, but how do you measure if it's having any real impact? A gut feeling is nice, but it's not going to cut it. You have to evaluate it, and you have to be objective. Your evaluation has to start with the big picture, way beyond just the numbers. You need to be constantly asking, do our partner's core strengths still fill our gaps? You also have to be brutally honest about the risks. Has anything changed that puts us in a bad spot? And maybe most importantly, you have to ask, is this partnership built to grow with us, or are we going to outgrow it in a year? And alongside that strategic thinking, you need the cold, hard data. Are you seeing actual revenue that you can trace directly to the partnership? How many new customers have you signed up through their channels? What are the concrete dollars and cents cost savings? And don't forget the softer stuff that's just as vital, like innovation. Are you getting new ideas from them? Are they making you better? All right, this brings us to our final and, I think, most important section. After we've gone through the why, the who, and the how, it all boils down to one single critical question you have to be asking yourself. And here it is. This is the ultimate takeaway. Not all partnerships are created equal. You have to figure out which handful of alliances are truly non-negotiable for your success and your ability to scale. Ask yourself this: which relationships, if they just vanished tomorrow, would seriously threaten our entire business model? Find those and focus your energy on them. That is how you unlock incredible growth.